Yeah, it can be a month, but that's okay. So I have developed a digital marketing company, and I titled it Be More Social, because every business needs to be social, whether it be in-person networking, but my primary focus will be digital, like Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, things of that sort, where they're online on the social media platforms, so that they're engaging with their audience, even when their audience isn't at their store. And I've got my email here, website, and through a combined efforts between the small business owner and myself with Be More Social, I'm hoping to increase their profitability with that engagement, and I also am connecting with external resources so that if they need beyond what I can provide, I still have connections to get them what they need. So then the question comes of, does Fayetteville need another social media marketing company? And many companies, they try to internalize it and they don't have the experience, and other companies, they aren't even online, surprisingly enough. They stick well with the backroots methods, and with the upcoming generations, they're doing more and more online searching, they're looking for those reviews, and they're doing all their purchasing online. So if you don't have a digital presence, they're not going to find you anymore. So that is why it's important. And through a lot of experiences over the last few years, I've been doing marketing with different positions and helping out other companies do some volunteer work, and I guess the side gig part, I've been learning more on marketing efforts so that whenever I come in contact with someone who needs more services, I can still find them an answer. That's my number one goal, is whether I can provide it or not, I can still get them an answer. Because it's all about growing our community, not growing yourself all the time. So does your business need to be more socially engaged? I've got a couple questions here that if you can answer yes to these questions, then you're doing great, and I encourage you to keep going. But if you answer no, then I can totally help you. And right now I'm working with Google, Facebook, Yelp, LinkedIn, and I'm starting on YouTube. I don't have anything published yet, but I am working on some little videos, more informative and educational. Once I get those ready, I will be sharing them on my Facebook page. And if hired, I hope to be able to provide the same services and create content with that business in mind. So I'm going to dig into what their purpose is, what their themes are, what promotions they have, and work directly with them with that personalized service versus just throwing stuff online that just kind of falls into that category. I'm going to make sure it is in that category. So anything that I post, the business owner is going to see before it goes live, so they're prepared for what their customers are going to come in and ask them about. So why should a business use social media? I covered this a little bit, but I found some statistics online. There's 3.2 billion daily active users on social media platforms. The 73% of marketers believe social media marketing has a somewhat effective or very effective for their business, and this was from Buffer in 2019, so that's very recent stats there. And 71% of the consumers who have had a positive experience with a brand on social media are more likely to shop there. So positive impacts of social media definitely drives more people to you, and the more people that are aware of you, the more people that are going to come back to you. So the services that I'm able to provide right now, social media establishment, where I can go on and set up your business page. Right now I'm working exclusively with Facebook and LinkedIn. I can work with your banner, setting up your icon, linking your web pages, your other social media pages if you have them, and getting a handful of posts already scheduled. Social media management, where I'll go in and post 15 posts a month. So it's like every other day roughly. I will work with the business owner to either promote the products in those posts with organic posting, come up with descriptions, stories, share articles, whatever their desire is, if they have something in mind. If they don't, then I'm going to help them come up with content and search through the web for things that's going to help them. So that's making it more personalized versus throwing things out there. And that's what sometimes can happen. Then with the digital ads, it'll also boost through Facebook and Google, and that will help with very specific promotions or very important events that the business might have. And that is also going to be worked one-on-one with the business owner or marketing manager at that business. These are the main ones that I'm focusing on. If they need help with business listings, I'm pretty familiar with all of these, but I'm extremely good with the Google My Business. Bing, Yelp, of course the Facebook and LinkedIn can be considered that, but social media. Google My Business does have a social media aspect, and I can assist with that as well. And then if they don't have a website and they would like one, I can help with simple website designs. If they need a more complex, I have connections to some people that do website designs, and they're not extremely overly priced, so it's more affordable, and I can get them that website set up. Then I have a list of benefits. I'm not going to go over them all, but just on Facebook, there's 1.2 billion users online, so that's why I'm focusing on Facebook right now, because a lot of the business-to-consumer sales is going to go through Facebook and Instagram. And Instagram and Facebook are very linked. And then LinkedIn is very good for business-to-business, for networking, responding to other articles. Social media management keeps your page active, keeps your customers engaged, and keeps them aware of what's going on. So if there's a promotion that they're interested in, they're going to be able to know about it to show up. Digital ads is created to target the specific audience you're after, and business listings is so that you can find out where you have reviews, take charge of those reviews, provide feedback, and get posted where you know your customers are looking for you already. That way you can also manage those reviews and continue to bring in that audience, as well as expanding your visibility and your website traffic. So examples of my work, I built my own page to have additional experience. I've also built another page for someone, but it's password protected, so I can't share it because it's for a specific organization. And then a social media post. Sometimes the best marketing is a genuine thank you letter and not necessarily all these other extravagant things to go through. That's just examples. And I've got 125 people, 3 engagements, and that was taken only about 2 weeks after. So it's pretty good stats. So today I'm here because I am currently this raw gem. I love rocks. And so I need help from anyone who I can borrow an ear from or get advice from to polish and shape so that I can become this very beautiful gem, hopefully in the next year or 2. That's my objective. You can check me out online. I don't have any reviews yet, but I'm hoping to have some soon as I get started on this adventure. So, any questions?
Athena.
Yes.
What is hot frog?
Hot frog. It is becoming increasingly popular with the millennials, and it's going to target larger cities, and it's targeting actually a variety. Versus, say, like TripAdvisor, it's just hospitality. Hot frog is starting to list everything, and more services are going onto it. So, like TripAdvisor is for like hotels, restaurants,
right,
and entertainment. Hot frog is becoming services.
Ah, okay. May have just been me. It's the first time I've seen a hot frog.
Yeah, some of the ones that I come across, I'm like, I've never heard of this before.
Yeah.
There are also there's hundreds of social media platforms out there. Some of them are very specific for just a geographical area, or like the larger cities and such. So they would be of no use to us here. So it helps to know the differences in those platforms. If you're interested in one, I'll always go research it and see if it's worth your time.
So my follow-up here
Mm-hmm.
is that, let's just say there's many people like me that that don't know anything about Hot Frog. So if I was to see your icon right there beside Hot Frog, how would I know about you?
My website, my business is listed on Hot Frog.
Okay.
So if you don't know about it and you found me through another source and then you're looking through my website, you'll see the Hot Frog logo. And if you were really interested, my hope would be that you would click on it and go to Hot Frog Discover.
Okay.
Because I have it all linked up.
Can you explain a few aspects of your personalized attention?
Personalized attention would be if they live close enough by, I would be able to go to the business and see how their business flow is, encourage, say if it's very cluttery, to have a cleaner walk in the door presence, or just to see, how they lay out the products, what the personality is within inside the business, working one-on-one with the business owner or a person that I'm communicating with to make sure that it's their products, their promotions, and like everyone has their goal, objective, dream. I'm going to stick in line with that instead of just random posts.
And if they're not local?
If they're not local, I can meet with them on webinar platforms. I've got a Zoom, Google Hangouts, Skype, phone, just simple telephone calls, and emails. So I have multiple ways to be contacted, communicated with, and I'm trying to be as flexible as I can to help them.
Where have you been learning about how to do digital marketing?
For digital marketing, I've been learning with some of my work through the Small Business Center. I'm a computer nerd by nature, so some of the techniques and such on how to navigate and find and do just come a little bit more naturally for me. So I've discovered, I've been assisting with one business as part-time contract work, and I've also done minor marketing for different events that one of my previous jobs that at the time I didn't realize was marketing. So it's just been something I've slowly learned, and then not that this has much weight, but I've been taking a bunch of Udemy classes just to reinforce it all too. Mm-hmm.
Is your fee structure on your website?
Yes. Whenever you go to the different service pages that describes the services and stuff, at the bottom I have it listed. So I linked it. Tell me. I was prepared for something like that. Let's see. Of course. So this is my webpage here, and I have the contact information very quickly, and those awesome questions that I came up with earlier. But if you go up to the services and you go to, say, establishment, this is going to describe more in detail to what you're getting, what it all includes, the sites that I'm supporting right now, and about averages of the costs. And I have that on every service. And then with the photo quality, you see the 10, 45, 85. It depends on how detailed they need it. If I have to go out and buy a picture, if I have to buy the picture and edit it, if I have to add text, to just how much they need to do with it. And that I would work with them on as much as possible. And I can show you another ones like digital ads. I had mentioned about the basic package is like a digital ad, multiple revisions, and management for Facebook and Google. Finding claim. I have finding, establishing, and then I have a separate package for Google My Business because it has both the business listing and a bit of social media mix. And all of that's listed on the sites.
How do you recommend that businesses measure the success of their social media?
The success of the social media you can pull up on, say, the Facebook page or the Google page, LinkedIn. They all have insights now where you can go and view, okay, well, this posted really good and it reached this many people, or this posted bad, I know that content isn't working. Then you're going to focus on the content that is working to keep engaging in the interactions. So like shares, comments, the more engagement, the better it is. And the more that the people are engaged on your webpage or your social media pages, then the more likely they are to shop at your business. So if you keep your name out there, keep it fresh in your mind, when they need something that you have, they're more likely to go to you, versus if you are idle and don't post on your page for a while, they don't see it come up, they might go somewhere else because your name just got forgotten over the long run. So that's one of the benefits. Yeah.
Hi, Dina. Question on, you mentioned at the beginning of your presentation that there's a lot wide and other social media business in Fayetteville. My question is, what would be your competitive advantage? Why would someone choose your company over all the other ones that exist in Fayetteville or anywhere else online?
Well, still strengthening that at the moment, but right now it's because I am local, so I can go to their businesses. I can meet with them face to face. Not everyone is as comfortable with online communications, and I can educate them enough to help them understand that what I'm going to do or could do for them is going to benefit their business anyhow. So it's a more personalized, in-person ability to work with them, as well as the customizations that I can make for them. Did you have another question?
Yes. You described on line, you said that if people have a positive experience with the brand on social media,
Mm-hmm.
can you dissect that a little bit? What is a positive experience?
They can go in many different directions. One of my favorites is, say, they discover an article that you posted because it was shared into a group that they're in. That's, like reaching out and expanding where your posts are getting seen. You can read that article, like that article, then depending on how much they like that article, they're going to be like, this is awesome, this is engaging, I want to learn more about this person who posted it. So they're going to click on your name at the top of that, and it's going to take them to your social media profile page. They're going to see more of those posts, and you have a greater chance of being liked and followed. Once you're liked and followed, they're going to see more of your posts, continue to engage, and become more familiar with your brand. I guess Don first. Both in the same direction there.
Do you have any, it's because she's taller than me and you couldn't see me over her, that any businesses that you prefer to work with? You're talking about that, your target market?
I have thought about it. I am very interested in helping service businesses as well as retail. I've done a lot of previous jobs in retail, so I'm very familiar with how the flow is, and I can accommodate to Christmas rush, Thanksgiving rush, Halloween rushes, depending on what they sell. And I'm good with services because of myself. I am a service as well. More the business to consumer side than the business to business side.
Yeah, I like your customization aspect of it, because most of the people that own digital agencies, they just sell commodities. They'll just put you in directories and say, we'll charge you $100 a month and put you in a bunch of directories, but that doesn't do anything.
Well, the directories don't do anything if nobody knows about them, and they don't do anything if it's not linked to their webpage. So you have to get the employees to engage with the customers at the shop and let them know where you're at. So I would encourage the business to put like a little sign up saying, we're now on wherever they decide to be listed, go review us. Encourage, ask for those reviews. You get more engagement, you reply to those reviews, and that will continue to make your business look more awesome. I think Dean Burns had her hand.
First of all, the comment you made earlier was about how you can reach me through this and this and this, and then you said, oh, you can always call me. I like that because if I could do all that anyway, I really don't need you, so I appreciate the fact that you went after a customer who may not have all that computer technology and all the software knowledge to start with, because sometimes people forget that you want me to reach you by Skype or whatever, but they forget that if I already knew all of that, I really don't need your help. Most of them don't know how to do that, so it's always good that you have that medium. So I applaud you on that. What are you doing to market your business?
I currently am listed on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. I'm not that great with Twitter yet, honest. But I'm also on the digital, several different sites. Pull that up. I don't find it online. So I'm listed on, of course, Bing, Merchant Circle, Yelp, Google Maps, Hot Frog, LinkedIn, and of course, if this would load, you'll see my Facebook feed. And yeah, so those are all sites where I haven't linked directly to my profile on them. I've done a couple of ads on Facebook to try to improve awareness at the moment, and I am networking with other small business owners to see if their clients need help.
And I think that's part of what you need to strengthen a little bit, because a lot of the stuff that you mentioned is they're passive things. I have to go look for them to find you, as opposed to like you're here in front of us.
Mm-hmm.
You're reaching out to the other SBCs to talk to about their clients. You need a few more active things that you're doing instead of me having to go hunt you down. You need to be in front of.
I
You
agree.
need to do a few more of those kinds of things so that people get to know you. So if I need somebody like that, then I already know a name of somebody.
I agree.
Athena,
Working
how
on
come
that.
you didn't include Instagram?
No. I prefer working more off of a computer than a smartphone. A lot of Instagram interactions is all through the phone, so for me to be able to follow up with comments and posts and stuff, I'd have to download the app and use up a lot of my data. So that would be something that I can grow into later, whenever I can afford a larger plan.
And are you familiar with Linktree?
Tree, no.
I would also recommend that because a lot of people are consolidating how people can have these touch points with them. And it's very common on Instagram because Instagram only allows you one link. And so people just create a link tree that goes to their website, that goes to their social media, that goes to their store, whatever. So that way you don't have to find all these links. And you can create a link tree that can take people to all these things and also help people create that
Awesome.
as well. My last question was, do you have any businesses you're working with now? You said one that you put in.
I finished already with that business. They just needed a upgraded website. So at the moment, I'm not working with anyone actively through Be More Social, but I am definitely open for finding clients.
Have you thought about doing like a 2-week, engagement kind of thing with someone that's not active, reaching out to people on social media?
I have thought of
So I
it,
know your page is not active. I'll
yeah.
give you 2 weeks, gives you more engagement, and you can consider my services moving forward.
I have thought of that. I just haven't quite made it to progressing to acting on that. I'm still trying to figure out how to approach them, the best information to provide and stuff, like the portfolio. Any other questions?
Have you thought about looking for folks that may not be looking for you? What I mean by that is go through and if I enjoy something, I tell one person. If it sucks, I tell 20. That's the rule of everything. Go along and look at some of the companies you'd be interested in working with, and look and see what their reviews are. If they're getting trashed, then you may want to contact them and say, one, have you looked at what are you doing to address all these things that seem to be coming up? Are you changing things? Because again, if I write about your company and say it sucked, you get back to me and say, hey, I'm sorry, this and this and this, let's make this work, and I suddenly am happy, I'm going to turn that around. People are going to read that too. So you may want to get to them and say, hey, there's a chance that I can help you with your business. Thank you.
You're welcome. Very good.
Yeah, no. You also,
Then my job here is done.
Not quite today.
have you also thought that certain platforms are more used by certain demographics, and that would attract certain businesses who need to reach those type of markets? Like Facebook is heavily female, older people, younger people are on Instagram, professionals are on LinkedIn. So have you thought about that and maybe using that to also help focus which businesses you work with? Like, oh, if your target market is this is the best platform to increase engagement in order for people to find you. Because it doesn't make sense if you're a youth-focused business, but you're on Facebook. Like, you're not going to reach young people on Facebook.
The beauty of the experience that I've been experiencing with the Facebook page is I'm still getting Instagram views, because with the business page, it shares on both. So all you have to do is initiate it, and then those posts will be still seeable, even though you're not as active on it as others.
So you have an Instagram?
You could say set it up, but I'm not
Because it's
actively
connected
engaged.
to Facebook, right, Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But I think you have about what you kind of need to find some niche businesses that you feel that you're the strongest on, that you're more knowledgeable about the places that they would be, the users would be visiting, that kind of thing, so you can kind of tailor some of it. So look for some niches of what kind of businesses you feel you really would be strongest at, and really focus on some of those and really put the word out to those kinds of things. Doesn't mean you have to refuse the other ones, but
Right.
kind of look for some things that you're strongest at.
Do you have financial goals for your business? Like where you want your sales to be?
I'm hoping, but at the moment I don't have an exact goal. I'm trying to, I guess, feel it out, see where I'm needed, and hope maybe I can get additional ideas, which you guys have been awesome in providing, as to what services the community might need so that I can learn and provide. And that would expand what I can do and offer.
Well, to pitch my homegrown product, our homegrown product, not mine, ours. We do have a small business center here that has some awesome financial counselors that can assist you with that. Not mentioning any names. Not that they have to be sitting in here at the moment, but you know.
Can you introduce me?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess I'll have to be making appointments with additional counselors then.
Yes, just
Yes.
pick one. Pick one. They're both here. Want to introduce yourself, Jay and Sebastian? For those people who may not know you in this room that need to get to know you.
Yes, Steve. Hi, Sebastian Braxton. I'm a 1 Million Cups alum, and I need to be back here. I love this. I've just been very busy. But essentially, I do business counseling for the SBC, so do seminars. My focus is on business strategy, innovation, and also financials, projecting and creating proper financial models, especially people starting off with very low capital, and how to get traction along the way, and also do things for chamber, like on pitching and getting investors. So,
How many of your businesses are you currently running yourself?
3.
3? Just 3? Yeah,
Yeah.
3. All right.
So I have a corporate wellness business. I also just recently launched an online mentorship program, and that's been growing really rapidly. I just came back from Brazil yesterday.
You were playing soccer there, I can tell.
I wish. This is the Netherlands. So, I didn't wear it to Brazil. And also I do business consulting, obviously, because I find that some people need more help than I can provide through the SBC or just in a very casual setting. So right now I'm working with a doctor in New York, set up in practice in Manhattan, and then a lady in South Carolina who does an herb business online. And, basically, the cost of goods sold is like 80% of her cost. So we've been working with her to get that a little more reasonable. But she's literally did it with no knowledge of business. It just needs that type of education. So I'm definitely more of an educator in that space. And so yeah, if you ever have questions or need advice from SBC, or yeah, I'd be happy to do that.
And welcome back.
Thank you.
Jay, you want to introduce yourself?
My name is Jay Gilbert. I've got 40 plus years in banking and finance. I've been with FTCC as a part-time counselor for 9.5 years now. So this is, I've enjoyed it. Kind of expand on what I've done in my real job here would be, help financial aspect of the business and start business.
And you're a banker by trade, right?
I am. So, done that for a long time.
And welcome. We just had to invite you.
Oh,
Sorry, Athena, but it was a good opportunity.
It was. And of course, I hope you connect with them. It's my other hat. Switch over real quick. So I work in the Small Business Center as well, and I help people who are interested in starting a business connect with the counselors by requesting counseling first off, and then we send you information on how to get started based off of where you're at. So if you're just getting started, we send you business plan information, financials, chart to help you figure out how much you're going to need to get started. And I connect you with counselors so that you can work on that business plan, get it tight, and make sure that you're going to start off with a rock. Awesome.
That would be good to put on your website.
Yes, it would be.
It's an asset for you because you'll find when you start generating traffic for businesses, a lot of businesses don't know how to handle it. So you can funnel them right into growing their business.
Surprisingly enough, I was contacted by someone already through my Facebook page that wants to start a business, and they wanted to know what I could help them with. And I'm like, well, you're not quite ready for me yet, but when you are, this is what I can do. Until then, I suggest you go talk to them. I've already been making referrals.
Refer them to Jay so he can get them some money so they can afford you.
And also a thing to keep in mind that you're ignoring something that gives your social media marketing business a clear competitive advantage. I work with small businesses in the community. So in terms of the seminars, in terms of why certain businesses fail, why they don't succeed, the ones that have, all of that is experience you have that someone else starting a social media business can't say that they know and that they have. And so even if you don't have the answers, you know people that can get them that. And that degree of separation is an advantage to the customer. So I can connect you with Smash, I can connect you with Kent, Jay, all the other individuals that have access to. That's an advantage that another social media person doesn't have.
Athena, a lot of folks try this. A lot of folks try to do it. What is your niche?
I love helping people.
You've got to develop the niche piece that's going to separate you from 1,000 like you. I think that's pretty much what he was commenting on.
Yeah.
And I think you got a great business here and you got a great idea going forward, but it's always that niche. And I think you need to find that and develop that and market that niche that separates you from everybody else. Just some advice.
Anybody else?
Anybody else?
I'm agreeing. That's why I'm not commenting. I agree.
Well, if not, I'll take the last question, Athena. What can this community do for you?
Well, hopefully you can, now that you know what I'm up to these days, on my free time, keep bringing me ideas and suggestions on what small businesses in the community, because many of you are small business owners, what do you need at your business? And let me know so that either if I can provide it, I can, or if I can't, I can try to get these small businesses that need it in contact with someone who can.
We can go like your Facebook page.
That's a great start. You can follow me on LinkedIn too.
All right.
Sounds good.
All right. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, Athena.